Figueroa to move to him. Yeah.
I said I'm gonna clap for the dude.
Yeah. Hey. You have to.
Hey. Big ass black hands.
Yeah.
I couldn't even see you for a second. They old hands.
Yeah. He did great. And so we mentioned earlier, people calling us out on the internet. His sister Omira brought up that we have been critical of him, and I actually want to give her a special shout out because she's also his strength and conditioning coach. And if anything, his strength and conditioning looked like it was A1 last night.
Yeah.
He was there. I even mentioned to Shawn last night, he was getting hit with some shots, but he kept coming forward. The one criticism I'll make, or even kind of a slight, was he is tall and doesn't use his range incredibly well. Mm-hmm. And I saw Sebastian Fundora in the crowd, and he was probably like, my guy. Like, he was like, another guy this tall and doesn't use the range correctly. My man.
Yeah.
But no, other than that, he was there. Good power, good chin. Didn't look like he got impacted by the punches.
Hey, they say you gonna fight my fight. Last night he forced him to fight his fight.
Yeah.
I mean, even with Fullerton, Steve, what's his name?
Cool Boy Steph.
Cool Boy Steph. Oh, my bad. Cool Boy Steph. It's gonna be tough. Hey, this kid's gonna come. I think Cool Boy Steph has enough, but it's gonna be a long night. Hey, make sure you got your conditioning because he's throwing them. My man is throwing them. Like, the condition is on point. That's one thing I can't take from him.
Yeah,
his condition is on point. We may not like his style, but it's getting it done. It got him to this point. Keep going.
Let me say that.
Shout out to Lil Sis holding it down.
Yeah,
you gave him a big clap. I gave him a small clap.
Damn. Hey, cut it. All right, go ahead. Carson, no, I'm talking about. Go ahead, Sean.
All right.
You got it.
I'm gonna give him a small clap because he's got so many kinks in his game that it's hard for me to. I respect what he did last night, but ultimately, I'm not one of these guys typically that looks forward to a fighter losing or looks forward to a fighter having a bad night. I don't look forward to that. And I don't look forward to Brandon Figueroa having a bad night. I thought that last night was going to be bad for him because, as we could see in the fight, he's there to be hit with anything that's thrown at him. He's got a great chin and terrific conditioning, which is why he's able to hold up against those punches. Meanwhile, being able to let loose some punches of his own and kind of break a lot of fighters down. Luis Nery is not the first fighter I've seen like clearly punch him and hit him and offensively have their way against him, which is a big problem, especially when you go up against a guy like Cool Boy Steph, who clearly I'm a fan of as well. But just staying on Brandon Figueroa, I see that he does not have an effective jab. I see that he steps out of position. There's no rhyme and reason to when he switches from orthodox to southpaw. Even we can talk about someone who does it very well. Probably one of the best to do it, Terrence Crawford. We see that he does not punch and then randomly be southpaw and then punch and then randomly be orthodox. That's because he's got a good boxing style. He knows what he wants to see in the ring. He's creating things. And when he sees those moments and those opportunities, he switches. So my thing with the guy who fights with both hands is how effective are you with both hands? And then where is your strategy in using both hands? And again, that's another knock that I have on Brandon Figueroa, because even though you're using both hands, can I see why? Can I see that it's not just the street fight and it's not just you going after a guy? Let me see your strategy. Let me see your form and technique behind everything that you're doing. And I didn't see that last night. Saying all that to say, he's tough at 122. He's big. He's tall. He has overwhelming pressure. And I think that makes it a tough night for anybody who's in the ring with him. It's clear we saw that through what now 15-0, I think he is. So it's clear that we've seen it to this point in his mat and his fight game. 22-0. So it's clear we've seen it now 22 times. But who have you been in the ring with to this point? Luis Nery. Now we can say, he did it against Luis Nery. I didn't expect him to do what he did last night against Luis Nery. I do think that Luis Nery's played a small role in that, but Figueroa played a humongous role in that in terms of his style, which is not, very cosmetically appealing. And then also
you're in that boat too.
Yeah, I know. And I thought about that last night too, because I'm like, when I say this tomorrow, people gonna be like, well, da. But I think that go back and take a look at my fights. You'll see where there's form, techniques, so on and so forth. If he improves from this fight and is even better getting in the ring.
And he's still only 24.
Yeah, and he's still only 24.
I think part of the frustration from at least my perspective, and I don't know if you guys feel similar, is that he almost was projected too early. Like it was that he was really
out of height.
And so they were like, oh yeah, this guy, and I was like, okay, like I'm not seeing it. And I think I was even wrong and unfairly saying, okay, I don't see it. Like, what are you seeing? And he's still young. 22 fights, 22 wins, or 22 wins, 23 fights. You got to draw. But I think with that, and even to go back to part of what we had mentioned about him before, where you had said, he's squeezing into 122. If he can squeeze into 122 and be healthy and do that, I think that's a good thing, because then it's like he's in every bit of that 122.
And you're right. And I want to say this for the record, for anybody that may feel like I'm judging him or anything. I saw him in a fighter meeting that we do before the weigh-in.
So I don't give up too much.
I'm not, but before the weigh-in, he did not look healthy at 122. And because in that moment, could have been that fight, could have been that day.
Yeah.
He didn't look healthy. And I said, okay, this dude, and of course, he's big, he's tall, all that. I'm like, this dude just squeezing into this weight. Like, this ain't healthy. Like, move up and take a chance. But you don't need to do this. However, I want to retract what I said. He may not be fit squeezing into 122. He may have figured it out. And the day that I saw him might have just been a bad cut for him. Might have been a bad, camp for him, So I think the way he performed last night and we could see the conditioning was there, which shows that there's no evidence of him nutritionally having a problem at that weight class.
I think it's all about maximizing your weight.
Yeah.
If you can get to a weight and still be strong and still be fast and still be able to get full conditioning, that's the best that you can possibly have. Because then you go to 126 and you're like, okay, I wasn't, getting into 122 where I'm the big guy, the fast guy, the strong guy. But
it's going to be up to Pretty Boy Steph to do his thing, because we know what type of Brandon we're getting. He's coming forward. He's throwing a bunch of punches. Condition is on point. So what can you do? Hey, man, I'm going to give him a shot. I'm going to give him a shot, bro. I'm going to give him a shot.
I think you have to. And I was wrong to write him off against Nery.
Yeah, I know Shawn ain't, but I'm going to give him a shot, bro. Hey, Shawn, I got you. 50-50 fight. 50-50 fight.
Yeah, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to pretend like now all of a sudden I'm completely won over and he's the best fighter and he's the top prospect. But he showed me more than I thought he had yesterday, last night.
Yes, sir.
And so I don't think – there's certain guys where if they don't have a good performance, they're just going to get blown out of the water. And I don't think his style, I think even if he doesn't have a perfect performance, he can still give Stephen Fulton, he can still give him problems because he's going to be coming forward. Mm-hmm. He's going to make you, it's almost like in sports like basketball or soccer, hockey, you make the defender make that first move, football too. Mm-hmm. He's going to make you adjust because he's going to be coming forward. So it's like, all right, I played A. What are you going to do with B? Yeah. So if anything, it's going to make Steph, who's going to have to adjust on the fly.
And Brendan maximized his eight plan. Conditioning and punches, and he's coming. He maximized it.
Yeah. So even when I watched the fight last night, and of course I was looking for Nery to really kind of dominate and handle this fight. Yeah. And so the first 2 rounds, I'm like, why is this such a problem for you? And so I'm looking at Figueroa and I'm like, maybe it's just he's unorthodox and it's going to take him a few rounds to make some adjustments. Third round in, I'm like, this dude can't fight going backwards. Even his jab wasn't what it needed to be moving backwards. It was an uncomfortable jab, actually, moving backwards. It was one of those get off me.
Yeah, come on.
Uncomfortable as it was, that looks like that's the way to beat that kid. Because when he went on his back foot and punch, because Brenagh comes in, and as soon as he's about to throw, he looks down.
That's why I'm not sold against him.
But it works.
That's why it's not a 50-50 fight against him.
And in all fairness, Brenagh Figueroa, you get the win. We were wrong. Knockout. Congratulations. He was losing on one of the scorecards.
Yeah,
and it was a draw. And I had him probably close, if not maybe losing.
I had him losing.
Yeah.
I think just by one round.
It was tight.
Yeah. But so the three judges at the stoppage had Figueroa winning, Nery winning, and the draw. So it wasn't like we were wrong, but it wasn't like he went in there and won every single round.
When I was watching it, Carson, I said, thank God I don't have to judge this fight.
Yeah.
This is a crazy fight to judge, man.
Yeah. A lot of action, not a lot of
misses.
Yeah, not a lot of making each other miss, just some missed shots, but a lot of connected punches. But
don't tell me you didn't enjoy what you saw, because I know you did. What you need to do now, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit that notification button. Check us out every week, every Tuesday, something new for you right here on the Porter Way Podcast.